I found out that I could potentially have HPV from my ex. He found out from a woman who he had been sleeping with at the same time that I didn't know about, that she had HPV, and he did too. The following week, I went in to get a routine pap smear with a screen for HPV. And then I waited and waited and waited for what seemed like forever, but was actually about 1 week, I'd say. So when I got a call back, it was from a nurse practitioner. The first thing she said was that I have HPV and it's a high-risk strain that could cause cervical cancer. I was never the one who was ever promiscuous. I was never the one who went out and slept with random people. I had never really done that. And then all of a sudden I felt like I had been branded with an STD. And in our culture, that's just, it's something that is associated with being a slut or with being promiscuous. And I think the good thing that it did within myself and the people around me is have us evaluate what an STD is and remind ourselves that it's not something that's dirty. It's not something that's any different than what you would get if you had strep or you had the common cold. It just has to do with, you know, your sexual organs and therefore has a stigma associated. The next steps were that instead of coming for a yearly pap smear, like most women should be, especially if they're sexually active, I would start coming in every 6 months, and they specifically start looking for the HPV and what's going on within the cells along my cervix. So if there was any change or something that could potentially be precancerous, they'd be able to catch it early. I wasn't pissed when I heard that there was a vaccine out after I already had it, but I didn't think it would apply to me because I already have HPV. My doctor ended up telling me, though, that the HPV vaccination that's out right now, it vaccinates for 4 different kinds of HPV, and they're the 4 different kinds that are high risk for the development of cervical cancer. I have one of those, but I don't have the other 3. So I still can be a candidate to get some sort of protection against the other 3 strains. Having HPV has been interesting emotionally because the question is, how do I share that with a partner? That puts you in kind of a hard position, but I have a really loving boyfriend who's a fantastic individual, and it was really easy when the time came to just let him know. He was really comfortable with it, so that went way better than I thought it would.